You feel like we're treating you good? That makes my day.
That's, I feel like most people who teach recognize that there's not a, there's a critical. Got rid of them?
But you're the one.
Here, we'll make sure we have a cherry table.
So where do you think you'll have your meetings?
So when you come in the main entrance, where we have a room that has a big conference, I can show
Hi,
you.
guys.
It has a big conference table that has 8 seats on one side. And it has a bench, so it has a really nice area that we pull 8 chairs out on one side. We can sit about 15 people with almost no work at all. And then when we're not having board meetings, those chairs roll back in. It can be a big conference meeting, it can be a place for kids to put in work. So now we can put a little sign in the back, so when we're on TV or on the camera, we can have a little something in the back. So it'll be a very short walk. People can come right in there, right? We're on the right.
You ready?
Or the kitchen.
I just knew that.
Or the kitchen.
Okay. I will call the meeting to order. Its agenda, date, time, and location were properly announced. Thank you for coming early tonight, as we have a concert. So we will get started right away. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of October 28th, 2024, and the annual meeting of October 28th, 2024?
So moved.
Katie? Is there a second?
Brian, second.
Brian, thank you.
Well, I beat you.
Any corrections, questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve, let's see, for the month of October, the amount of $1,097,664.47? Chuck, is there a second? Chris? Okay, thank you. Any questions?
I had no
No
questions
questions?
asked.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can we have the cash summary?
No questions on this. Everything is pretty much the same as every month, so, and I didn't get any questions on this side of it.
All right. Next, we have donations.
Yes, first of all, congratulations to Mrs. Rikers. That's our, am I saying that right for counseling? Is Becky here? Rickers, thank you, Rickers. For Donors Choose for $472 for counseling books. Thank you to the Michaels Corporation. Michaels is doing some work in the Adel area, and they reached out and they asked what they could do to help out. Every year we do a holiday fundraiser. Remember Lori Bierman used to do that. Our own Jenna Howell, which is our new music, elementary music teacher, she's gonna be performing at that one. So they gave a $5,000 donation for that. And to our very own Mr. Creer, who's in attendance right now, came up to Brandon a few months ago and said, hey, how can I help? And if you remember, I think last year, about 18 months ago, we purchased all new bibs for the band, but we still have the old coats. And Dale, and his generosity, wanted our kids to look as good as they sound. And thank you, Dale, for that. That's fantastic. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's awesome.
And just by happenstance, Dale is here for the band concert. They thought it started at 6, and it doesn't start. I'm like, you know what you can do, bud? You can come sit in the board meeting so I can thank you personally. So this is divine intervention not to have you here, but thank you, Dale. Were they ordered yet, Patty? I don't think so. Okay. No, I think probably trying to get through this season right now and then get them ordered here for our marching. So.
Cool. All right, comments from the public. I didn't have anyone sign in. And that takes us to FFA.
So, hello everybody, I'm Whitney Raffy and I am the agriculture teacher of 10 years now, time flies,
Wow.
as well as the FFA advisor. And we went to national convention again, so our members are here to share with you what we did and what we learned. And I'll be the queuing slide person off to the side, but I'll let them do all the talking.
Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Kaylee Brooks. I'm the president this year. This is my fourth year in FFA and my third time at the national. Hello, I'm Judy Jetches, and this is my fourth year in FFA and third year attending national convention, and I am the secretary.
Hi, my name is Luke Hovick, and this is my third year in FFA and my first year attending national convention.
Hi, my name is Lynn Tessoff, and I am the treasurer, and this is my fourth year in FFA and my second year going to convention. We went on 4 different tours while we went on our trip. Our first tour was at Albany's Candy Factory, which is known for their gummy bears. And we got to take a tour of that and just go inside of it and purchase some candy. And then we also got to look through a little window that they had there, which was inside the factory. And then we also got to purchase some candy and we brought you guys gummy bears. And then our second tour was at Fair Oaks Farms. And we got to take a self-guided tour around the farm. We got to go into the calving barn, witness a cow give birth, and we got to go into the other barns together and do some activities. And then we went to the REM Smith farm, and we went there, and there was a lady there who owns it. She gave a spiel on how the farm works. And then we got to go inside and see all the shrimp and the different tanks. And then we went to Heartland Growers, which they grow poinsettias for different stores like Lowe's, Costco. So we got to get a tour there and see like all the poinsettias there. All right, next we attended opening session. That was our first day at convention. We got to attend the session where Kevin Wanzer was the keynote speaker. He really highlighted on empathy and kind of being true to ourselves. And then the second keynote speaker was Dr. Jimbo Grandin. She is a professor at Colorado State University. She teaches animal science. She is extremely influential in the agriculture world. So that was really cool to see.
On Thursday and Friday, we also got to roam through the expo hall and the shopping mall during our free time. In the expo hall, there was multiple different colleges and businesses that we got to talk to. And then in the shopping mall, there's a bunch of different vendors that we were able to buy from and visit.
So while we were down there, we did a escape room, and us four, Mr. Atkey, and then some other advisors and chaperones that came along with us. We did one of the hardest rooms in that escape room, and we made it out. So with 5 minutes left.
All right. So our own chapter has an officer team, which we are all on, and there's also state officer teams. But right here we have our national FFA officer team, which was just elected. So Mary Schreiber is the Central Region Vice President. She was our Wisconsin State President last year, and now she is the 9th person from Wisconsin to serve on the national FFA officer team. So it was really cool to be able to watch her get elected. So we're excited to watch her this year. And then we went on Saturday morning to the American degree session, and our very own Courtney Rathke was able to get the American degree, which not many like FFA members get it. Only like less than 1% are able to get it. So we're lucky that she was able to achieve it.
On Friday night, we were able to attend the World's Toughest Rodeo for the 3rd year in a row. And we got to watch a bunch of bull riding, and then there was multiple entertainment things in between getting stuff.
So our personal and group highlights were that we got to take a lot of fun pictures, and there was a lot of jokes made, and then me sitting on an undersized pig.
Well, thank you all for supporting us and allowing us to go every year. This is an amazing opportunity, and I know we all love going.
last year, there were 72,954 members, advisors, and guests. And it felt like that many people. It felt very busy and crowded. Having gone now for the 10th time myself, which is pretty impressive, but it's just a sea of corduroy in Indianapolis. They got to bond with fellow chapter members from Wisconsin as we ride on a coach bus down with Plymouth and New Holstein and Chilton. So friendships get made that way, and then getting to knock elbows with people from Puerto Rico and Texas and Rhode Island and just all over, because you see the back of their jacket, like you know exactly where everyone's from. So it's kind of cool to do that. So there was something where people take photos, you can buy a t-shirt and get people to sign your shirt and kind of bond and interact that way. So I really appreciate giving me that opportunity to travel out of state, because it is kind of one of those once in a lifetime situations. And since I've been going, one of I would say my top things too is that I had a student who never traveled out of Wisconsin, never stayed in a hotel, and never rode on a coach bus, and he went and got his American degree 2 years ago, and the 2 times he's been out of Wisconsin was National Academy Convention. So it's a big thing, and we really, really appreciate it. So.
Just curious, is every state usually represented in the convention?
Generally, yes. So we have, as Kylie mentioned, we have a state officer team. So Judy Sisterman, he was on that last year, and so every state will send their state team of delegates. So they're voting on things when it comes to the Constitution and everything as well. So there's usually at least that. So we take a coach bus, and I feel like it's pretty comfortable. Wisconsin travels pretty well, though, except to fly. It took several days of driving to get to Indianapolis. So it's kind of like the Olympics, where they vie for the location. It's only been in 3 places. So it was in the past couple of years around Kansas City, Missouri, where it started. Then I went to Louisville, Kentucky. My first year ever going was when I competed for livestock fitting. 2007 was the first year was in Indianapolis. My first year teaching was the last year was in Kentucky. And I was back in Indianapolis. And it's going to be there for a while. It's like every 8 years. But that's where the headquarters for FFA is. So it's a lot easier, but you also need a place that, like, we go to Lucas Oil Stadium for the kids play. Like, how are you going to get thousands of people in for a session, the concerts and the rodeos and things like that? So it's location-wise convenient for someone from Wisconsin to have to make that travel, but you have to have enough restaurants and hotels and bandwidth and a lot that kind of goes into it. So I've seen it for a while, but now I feel pretty confident. So
Thank you to Whitney. I mean, there's a commitment, a personal commitment to doing this every year for 10 years, and keep going. So thank you.
yeah, so I wore this because advisors would get like a different color lanyard from the kids. They kind of know when they get curriculum or other things, but then they were giving away tags, and I did agree to this, so I'm like, by choice, not by chance, because I didn't go to school for a teaching ag, but I feel like I've been guided. So
Question. So, did they have enough housing for that everybody can for the two cabin? When you go into the barn, cabin barn, there's just like a huge glass. There's big room eating areas.
pick
Yeah.
2 different houses.
Yeah, there's 2 houses.
Oh, they have, it's the biggest dairy farm in the US. So when you come in, I don't know if they saw this when they walked in, but there was already 4 calves born that day. They put the time it happens almost every hour. And then they have a veterinarian that sits in there in case there's any So yeah, it's pretty, not that you can guarantee it when you stop, but it's pretty likely that you'll probably see something.
My comment, I guess, is like you guys always come every year and do this presentation. I think it's great. Do a really nice job talking about stuff in front of people about being our friends. So good job. Thank you.
Any other questions?
We've never been down to Fair Oaks. It's actually, it's like, I think it's a Hilton and a farm. We took our daughter there a few years ago. Marriott, yeah, Marriott. Farm.
Whitney,
pretty
you got
very
him out of
expensive,
that, that escape room, right? You were the one that got him out.
Yeah, I am a, I won't say
She
ashamed,
is still
but
good. We went out
I,
there.
well, they said, look, these are 4 different rooms. So I'm like, it doesn't matter what's happening. I will be in the hardest room because I want to be challenged. And all the students, I even told them I did bed checks. I'm like, if you're not serious about it, I'm putting it in a different room. Like, like this is serious stuff. It was a 5% success rate. So we got wow.
5% success rate.
So bring me along.
Any referendum updates?
We have this, as you can see, things are trucking along. We were talking today in our admin meeting. I can't help but just slow down Random Lake Road and look over every time I'm pulling in and seeing there's some things we're going to get done on time, some things we're being flexible with. We're just enjoying the spaces as they open up. So hang tight and just keep being flexible.
Board committee reports, policy met, and we have some things on the agenda later. And that takes us to the building reports.
New spaces, Belch.
All right, so wanted to get started with Strong Classrooms. So 8th grade had gone on the Green and Gold Career Day. This is held at Lambeau every year, and they get to see the behind the scenes of what goes on when they're preparing for a football game, as well as all the other different career opportunities that go along with a pro football team. So it was really a great day, and the kids had a great time. Hank's Craft AJS field trip. So Mr. Frias took about 10 students to go see Hank's Craft AJS and just to really kind of delve into the world of manufacturing and marketing. So the kids had a great time with that field trip and learned a lot. PSAT testing, we have completed that. 7 students completed the PSAT, did a great job as well. We have 50 students that will be taking 88 AP assessments in May. So that's I think probably one of our highest numbers signed up to take the AP exams. So we're very excited about that. 93% of the senior class will be graduating with at least 1 college credit. Our goal is to get 100%, but 93% we're very proud of. And we keep working to expose the kids to as much as possible. Students meeting with Miller Welding. So Miller Welding came in and met with 22 of our students in tech ed, just to talk about welding and also their job as well, and expose kids to that field. So that was very well attended as well.
Awesome. Just continuing on our strong classrooms, we've been working closely with CESA 7 as we have been searching out and looking at a new math curriculum for next year. So we have 3 grade levels piloting that curriculum right now. And Tina has been, from CESA 7, has been supporting us as we plan and look at our practices and align them with our standards. So that's been really great. And then this comes from my previous district. We're going to do some instructional rounding where it gives teachers a chance to think about what are something they want to learn and grow in. And we're focusing this year on ELA with our Act 20 literacy focus. And so then they can go and visit other classrooms and see what other teachers are doing and learn from each other. So very collaborative and thinking about our practice.
Okay, strong culture. At the middle school, the monthly theme is generosity and giving. So we had a kickoff assembly, really talking about that, doing some lessons surrounded by that, as well as just internal community service projects. We held our Student of the Quarter Assembly at the middle school this past Friday, recognizing kids across all different content areas. And it's our student leadership group that facilitates that. They plan the assemblies, and they also do all of the introductions at the Student of the Quarter Assembly. And I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Anderson. Wonderful musical performance. I hope everyone got to see it. Really did a great job. The kids were outstanding. So well done to Mrs. Anderson and students. High school community service activities, we did that last Tuesday, and the kids did a phenomenal job. We had a variety of different things. We had a crew making Christmas cards for Gables that I'll be giving to Becky for elementary to take over. They were well done, as well as parking lot cleanup, road cleanup. Hopefully the construction company recognizes the efforts of cleaning up all of the construction debris that was left out there. So they really did a great job with that. Courtyard cleanup, weight room, classroom cleanup, school forest cleanup, and letters to veterans. So we had a really nice turnout from our high school students with that.
Our theme this month has been respect and gratitude. So really thinking about that as we're practicing our strong culture in our elementary school. We are doing a food drive through the guidance department. So students have been bringing in canned goods and boxed goods to help our local food pantry. On Wednesday, I believe this week, we're going to have a speaker, Ned, and he's talking about growth mindset and just encouraging students to try their best. And then lastly, for Strong Culture, our incentive this last month was to go to the musical Descendants. I happen to be the fairy godmother and thought it would be really great if we could take all the kids. So the K-5, we loaded buses and headed over there last Thursday, and they were so good and represented Random Lake really well. So thankful for that opportunity.
Strong community connections. So this Thursday, we have our first alumni speaker that's going to be coming and talking with the high school kids. It'll be Olivia Hess. She is a Midwest Regional Sales Manager for a specialty coffee sales and marketing consultant. So we're looking forward to having Olivia come on Thursday. And we just want to have a shout out to Cindy Barber and Debbie Poole for their work organizing the Veterans Day program. Thought it was another great program. Also Jenna Howell, Brandon Miller, and Nikki Anderson for the wonderful music that occurred throughout the programs. And then we would be remiss if we don't say thank you to Brian Stout for being our featured speaker. Did a phenomenal job with that. So all in all, it was a great program. Student acknowledgement. So we got our all-conference for our fall sports. So football all-conference. Eli, honorable mention, and Holton, honorable mention for TE for tail end. If I get that right. And tight end. Thank you, tail end. I'm very versed in football. Holton 2, first team defense all conference. Spencer, punter, second team defense all conference. And Cole, honorable mention as well. So well done to our football students. Soccer, we have Logan, honorable mention all conference. And then esports, our Smash team at this time that I submitted this was going to state, but they are now our 2024 Smash team state winners. So that So with Tucker as captain leading the team with Sutton, Braden, Xavier, Will, Jenna, and Jordan. So well done to the kids. And I didn't get this into the bullet points, but it just occurred on this Saturday. Our 5th, 6th, and 7th graders that are in Lego League, they attended a Lego robotics competition at Lakeshore Technical College on Saturday. The students had a great experience. They've been going now for the last 7, 8 years. And for the first time, Random Lake has a team where we made it to being an alternate for the next year. So we didn't make the final competition team, but we're an alternate. So we are very proud of the work that they did. It's a great experience for the kids.
We go to state. We've actually in Smash been to state every year. We've been the top 4 every year, but this is our second time winning it in Smash, and we won it in Smite as well. So we're a 3-time champion. So, wow, great. Way to go.
Okay, next we have some technical corrections to the policies from Neola. The policy committee reviewed those and just submitting those as notification that those technical corrections were made. And then the next batch of policy policies that we had on here, which, we'll skip down to item 12, the first reading. We're considering, tonight as the first reading for the rest of the policies, just to give us a little more time to go through some of these other policies. The financial stuff in here was a little much, so, so we're, gonna consider this as a first reading, so we'll be back with it next month.
Just a reminder for everyone when it comes to policies, the technical is just notification. The committee at any time can say, well, this is more than technical, we need to send it back to a first or second reading. But our policy, it gives us freedom depending on how deep we're going into changes, if we want to just do a one reading and approval, or do a first reading, and then wait a month and do another one. So I think what we're really doing is taking a common sense approach to each of these policies and making sure that we get time to kind of handle them, and also not spend more time than we need to on policies.
And that's why we're skipping number 11 as a single reading. That's just on there in case we wanted to use it, but we decided to use the first reading instead. Does anybody have any questions on what they've read so far in the policies? All right, we'll be back next month. Then we have notification of co-curricular coaches and advisors that high school basketball JV coach Christina Wiedmeyer. She was doing our middle school basketball, so now she's moving up to high school JV. And then we have, these are still notifications, okay. Varsity coach Aaron Rathke, boys varsity coach Derek Wilpsky, and wrestling coach Justin Mudlaw. That's head coach assistant Nick Miller, and middle school boys basketball coach Jason Last. And we have volunteer coaches, high school girls basketball Evan, Asia and Courtney, high school wrestling Sean Schaller, Luke Dundrum, Brady Schmidt, Jake Frias, and Mike Miller. Got some new ones on there. And then it's to you, Mike.
Perfect. I know Susan talked a little bit about it, but Veterans Day, I get so many compliments, between how our kids, their behavior, just the talent our students have, just the feel. I don't know, Brian, do you have anything you want to say about
It
it?
was just terrific, and working with the veterans group, I know everybody was just grateful for the students, the quality of the program, the patriotism, the look, the feel, everything was terrific. Thanks.
And Brian's speech was the first time the whole audience chuckled. I mean, he even had a little humor in this one, so it was a really nice.
It was off the cuff.
It was good. It was good. If you weren't, do you want to repeat?
I can't remember, it's not, I won't be able to come up with.
So I was listening. Okay. So he had all the seventh graders raise their hand and then said, look next to you, your future spouse could be sitting next to you right now.
Yeah, I said, something.
Yeah, something to that point. It's, right?
Sarah and I met in seventh grade.
Yeah. The look of horror was, We've had kids in with our counselors ever since that time. But no, it was just a great day, and it's more than Cindy and Debbie have done such a great job with it. It's more about students speaking, it's really, and we have a rotation, we do a little different every year. So they do a fantastic job. Just a reminder, the spring board elections are up, so we're gonna have to start getting our papers and things done. Who are the three who's up this year? Katie, okay. And then, when is that paperwork due? Okay, yeah. And then, got some nice news, the WEA has a mental health, has a grant for schools, and through some of our work with, Unitas, which is, a curriculum that's around career readiness and character education. With the work that we're doing, we, met the executive director of that and loved what we were doing, loved really how we're trying to braid in character education with the new Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards that I chaired. And wrote out a check for us for $10,000 this year, $10,000 next year, and $5,000 the year after. So $5,000 to help with all these things that we're doing. So just another great way that having these relationships also you run into people that want to support the things we're doing. So.
Are there specific goals for that grant money, or is it to just continue the things we already have?
Continue, it's great. It is probably one of the least strings attached grant I've ever seen. So, we're doing a better job. I'd say we're doing a really good job of getting speakers in, trying to do things. Not too long ago, we had a speaker come in to talk about social media and the pressures with that. We brought them in for parents. We're doing a lot of those things, just trying to bring different voices in. We have the TED Talk or the Nets coming in. So all those things could all fit in.
And we still have the PATH program?
Yes, PAP is still, yes. Although PAP has been a little bit of a struggle, they have, their insurance, we had to switch providers because of consistency of counselors. And we're still waiting to get that up and going because their insurance company needs to sign off. So has that changed at all? Have we? The virtual was? Good. Okay. So we're just trying to be creative as we go from here. But we're in a, once this hiccup is, this is who we're gonna stick with for the long run.
Any other questions? Just a reminder for next month, we're gonna do an early meeting again, because there is another concert on our meeting night. So we're looking at 6 o'clock again. And I don't know what that date is. It's 16th.
No.
What'd you say? 16th. 16th, December 16th. Is there a motion to adjourn? Is that Rini? Is there a second? Katie, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you for coming out. I'm glad you
Brian,
came, Dale.